This week on the Hearts of Gold podcast, I got to sit down with the one and only Dean Gurr, and we got to talk about all things Oroville Lights Project, the Rotary Club of Oroville, Creative Imaging Center, and how he got his start into photography and what brought him to Oroville. I am so excited for this episode and for you to sit in on our conversation. Join us today on the Hearts of Gold podcast.
Just really a heart of gold.
I mean, she's tough, but she has a heart of gold.
I'm a problem solver and I have a heart of gold. Thank you, James.
See, ladies, a heart of gold.
But I know you have a heart of gold and have done many good deeds.
You've been most helpful.
Yeah, that's me. Heart of gold.
You have a heart of gold.
18 carats.
Hey, welcome to the Hearts of Gold podcast. We are so excited that you've joined us today. And on the podcast today is none other than Dean Gurr, who has a whole host of credentials and all of the things that make him one that we wanted to have on the Hearts of Gold podcast. So welcome, Dean.
Thank you, Erin. Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. Before I get in and I want to read your bio, I first wanted to say Dean was, okay, so I'm a local photographer, but Dean was one of my first mentors. I consider him a mentor in that when I needed, everything was switching to digital. What is it, 2004-ish?
Yeah, exactly. I made my first jump into digital around 2002.
Okay, well, see, pioneer. That's what when it first came out. But I remember switching over from film and being like, what kind of camera do I get? And you were like, oh, you got to get this one. I actually remember emailing you from where I was working at the time, which was the movie theater. I probably wasn't supposed to be on my email then, but I remember emailing saying like, oh my gosh, what kind of camera do I get? And you had emailed back and the rest is history.
That's great. Well, you've done great with your career. It's just so nice to see.
Oh, thank you. And that's not entirely what I wanted to talk about, but I just wanted to say that because it really is so cool to have you here. And I'm so excited to dive into our conversation today.
Thank you.
So before we get into that, I do want to read your bio.
Okay.
Because it's just, you are one of the reasons why we wanted to have you on the Hearts of Gold podcast is because everywhere you look, I feel like there you are. You're here. I could do like a whole little song. You're here. You're there. You're everywhere. I'm thinking of Ted Lasso, and I think, but there's some profanities in that. I don't know if you ever watched Ted Lasso.
I have.
Okay.
Yes, classic.
Okay. But I'm like, so I just am so excited. So here we go. All right. I'm just gonna read this.
Okay.
All right.
Hopefully
And
it's somewhat true.
Oh, I'm sure it is, and I'm sure there's so much more that we could add. So.
Okay.
All right. So Dean, your bio. Dean Gurr came to Oroville in 1986 and quickly made it home. A small business owner and past president of the Rotary Club of Oroville, which is, there's two clubs here, yes, but it's all kind of...
Correct. It's one
it's
Rotary family, but we have Rotary Club of Oroville that meets on noon on Mondays, and then Sunrise.
Yes.
Oroville Sunrise Rotary.
Which is like too early.
7 a.m.
7 a.m. Yeah. That's I'm an early person, but to be out and about at that time is not okay for me. But yes, so okay. Past president of Rotary Club of Oroville, Dean has dedicated himself to projects that strengthen the community through Rotary and other local organizations. He currently serves as chair of the Oroville Lights Project, which I think we're going to get into a little bit later.
Okay, good.
A Rotary-led effort to illuminate the historic Table Mountain Bridge, which is a transformative initiative that honors Oroville's heritage while fostering civic pride and renewal. I love that, so I just can't wait to get into more and hear more about that. Dean and his wife Monique have owned and operated Creative Imaging, a school and sports photography business, for 4 decades. 4 decades?
That's how long we've been in the industry. Yep.
It's been 40
Tell me
years?
I don't look like it's been that long.
Oh my gosh. Well, you don't. No,
Thank you.
I was
fishing for that, yes.
Oh my gosh. That's wild to me. Okay, we're going to spend a little more time there.
Okay.
I remember when you guys had the little, was it PhotoFast?
PhotoFast, very good.
PhotoFast,
Yep.
the drive-through, drop off the film, drive through the drive-through.
Yep.
To get your exposure or, your developed film. That wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago. I mean, things change so quickly. I mean, our industry is always changing.
Yes.
Technology has a big influence on that. But
yeah.
So we've been on both sides of the industry for a while.
For a while.
Yeah.
Oh, that's I did not realize when I read that, I was like, what? No way. Okay, so whether through business, Rotary, or community service, the Gurrs remain committed to giving back to the community that has given them so much. And that is why you have a heart of gold, why you're here today.
Well, thank you.
We're so excited. Okay, I love to kind of start at golden beginnings. And so we kind of talked about that with the bio, but again, wanting to lean in a little more to, it's almost like your origin story. Like what got you here? We want to get to know you, who you are. I mean, you've been in been in the industry for 40 years, but yes, in Oroville for that long as well, or tell us.
Just over 39 years in Oroville.
Okay. And where did that start? Have you always been in Oroville?
No, I really knew nothing about Oroville. And then I had this opportunity when I was working in the Bay Area, I graduated high school and I went to work for a professional studio in my hometown of San Lorenzo.
Okay.
In the East Bay area. And so I went to a week-long school of photography taught by professionals. And in my class, it was a class on environmental portraiture.
Okay.
And there was this really cute girl that we made eyes at each other, and we got talking the very next day. And by the end of the week, I was promising that I would come to Oroville and visit.
And so she was from Oroville.
She was born and raised here in Oroville. 1983 graduate of Las Plumas High School.
Oh my gosh, okay.
We had a lot of parallels. She was involved in photography and yearbook, much like I was in high school, which really kind of helped solidify my love of photography. And so I found myself my first drive in August of 1986, making my way to Oroville in hot, sweltering valley heat.
August,
and,
we know about that August heat. We're
I
just
can
coming out
remember.
of it.
I can remember driving through the valley and driving through the peach fields down there in Marysville and Yuba City, and coming up and going, I don't think so. There's no way I could go here. I don't think I can move here. And then
I still think that sometimes as I'm driving back from the airport. Oh, I live here.
Yeah,
No.
I know the valley. I love Northern California.
Yes.
The valley is, the valley doesn't have the most beautiful areas, but in my opinion, when I came Highway 70 towards Oroville, and you kind of drop down, and you get that panorama view of Table Mountain and the dam and the spillway, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
this is nice.
It is.
I could live here.
Yes.
And so that's how we got. And then so we married 5 months later to the day after we met.
Oh my gosh!
Yep. And that was 1986, October 26th, and we filed for our business license in February the very next year.
Okay.
So we've been. I mean, Monique was already working in photography. She was the assistant manager at PhotoFast at the time.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it was already a business that was here at the time.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. And then we started the first iteration of our photography business, which was Moonlight Photo Productions. That was the first iteration of our photography work.
I'm trying to think. Did you put your logo? Did you used to put Moonlight on the bottom corner?
Yep.
I can picture it.
Okay.
Oh wait, is that a pun?
Yeah, that's a
Can
pun.
I put
We'll
that?
take that.
Okay, we'll take it. All the puns are welcome with them. I think. Okay, I didn't know that was you.
Yep.
Oh, how fun. Okay, tell me more about that. So you had that part of the studio or that first venture.
Yep.
And
so that was we operated under that until we basically operated under Moonlight Studios. Moonlight Studios kind of was our second transition, I guess you could say, into what's now known as creative imaging. And that's when we brought the 1 hour photo and the portrait world underneath our one location that was on Ordan Boulevard.
Yeah. And you guys were there for a long time.
Long time.
I remember because that's where I had we would go and have the senior portraits with the drape and all of that there. And then you did my senior portraits downtown, and I think the location was the Lot Home, Sank Park. You're probably like, it's probably hundreds.
I've taken a lot of photographs there, downtown Oroville.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that. That's so awesome. So, all of that. So you're doing photography, you're running the business, things are going great, and then. Again, you've branched out and really rooted into the community. So I imagine, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I imagine getting involved with a business was a way, you're meeting people and all of those things. But then you mentioned Rotary, which you've been past, present, and been part of for a while.
For a while.
Yeah.
I think I'm going on 13 or 14 years.
That's a significant amount of time to be involved in a club. So, so you got connected there, and then also, I mean, and through Rotary, because it's like, okay, branch here, and then that has kind of branched out into this whole project that you've taken on with the Oroville Lights. And so, what kind of tell us a little bit about that? We'll get more. You just like give us a
Okay. Yeah. So I had been introduced. There was a few things that I got involved with early in my career, and I was very young. One was Chamber of Commerce. So I served on the Chamber of Commerce board for a while, say mid-90s, early to mid-90s.
Okay.
I joined the local Masonic Lodge, and I've been a member of that for, I think, 34, 35 years.
Okay. Yes, I did know that as well.
So that was kind of my two things. I did get exposed to Rotary early on. Gary Grant, who was a police chief in Oroville years and years ago, invited me to go to Rotary. And it was at that time, it was just the one club. It was huge.
Yeah.
Anybody who was anybody was a part of Rotary.
Okay.
And so I went, and I was still relatively young and a little timid. So I didn't jump in with both feet. But Rotary's always been in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
And so when funny story too. My kids, my two youngest, Mason and Melina, they were, I think, sophomores in high school. And we're sitting around the dinner table, and they decided, we want to go and be an exchange student. We want to explore the world. And I'm like, I know exactly the club that will do that. I said, you guys become, members of Interact, the high school group.
Oh,
and I'll become a member of Rotary, and we'll work together. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
So by a year later, they were not attending meetings, and that little thing dropped off the map, and so here I am in Rotary still.
Oh, how funny! Oh, so they got you going. And
they got me going, exactly. They were my
that.
my catalyst to revisit Rotary and get back involved.
Oh, that's so great! I love that. And Interact Club is, I think I'm trying to think. I don't know if I ever got involved with Interact Club was it LP? Because I don't know if they have one at Oroville or another.
Oh, they do. Actually,
they do.
Oroville's had a pretty robust Interact Club
they
for
have?
quite
Okay.
a while. Yeah.
Okay.
And when I came back, when I came on to the Rotary, the Noon Rotary in, I think it was 2012.
Okay.
Somewhere right around there. I became the youth services chair for that organization. So I was,
of course you did.
So I was involved in Interact. So I helped rebuild it.
Yes.
And it's grown ever since. The RILA, the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards, that take place at summer camp for juniors from Los Plumas High School that we sponsor. We send. It's an amazing experience for youth in our community. I've heard kids describe it as like life changing. So Monique and I kind of chaired that community or that opportunity for youth. And so we took kids back and forth to camp for over 10 years.
Oh my gosh.
And just to see the transformation that takes place from dropping them off and picking them up.
Yes.
At the end of it was just one of those things where this is important and we want to make sure that we see this through each and every year. So I was very involved with that.
I love that. And it all just coincides together too with you just being involved with the schools, with the business.
Yeah.
And then having, more specifically with the high schoolers as well. So, it's just I just love it when business and organizations and like our passions all integrate together and you're like, I'm just living my life and doing what I love.
Exactly.
And it ends up pouring into the community. I love that so much. We usually have a little segment called the Yellow Brick Road, which is how you got to Butte County, which you already kind of described, but I wanted to know what is kind of, and I could probably answer this, but what is keeping you here, kind of in this Butte County region, besides the lovely beauty of when it's the midsummer? It's like, because we know it's not the beauty of the fields. So tell us what kind of keeps you here in this.
Well, first of all, I fell in love with my wife, Monique.
Yes.
And then came to Oroville and fell in love with Oroville, specifically downtown. We bought our first home in downtown. I can remember walking the streets with Monique on my first visit here and just falling in love with the charm that we have here, the history that we have in downtown Oroville. So we've been in downtown in one shape, form, or another since about 1991.
Okay.
So I love the community. I also, then I fell in love with the people of Oroville. And I think that is really what has kept me here all these years, feeling like this is home. I mean, I've made some wonderful friendships. We've worked with some amazing people over the years. We've worked side by side with other volunteers in the community that just have such an immense love for what we have.
Yes.
The natural beauty here is gorgeous. The river runs right through it.
It does. That's so true.
And there's so many things here that I just love.
Yeah, I love that so much. And speaking of downtown, I mean, I feel like in Butte County specifically, and I know Grass Valley's a little outside of us, but it's only 45 minutes away. Those downtown communities, they're kind of hard to come by, anymore in anywhere. And so I love our downtown.
I do too. I do too. And I didn't grow up with that. When the neighborhood I grew up in was post World War II development. So I don't think anything there was older than, say, 1940 or so.
Okay. Yeah.
So I really didn't have that, Old Town Gold Rush era experience in my neighborhood. Yeah. So when I moved here, it was kind of a new experience.
Yeah, it really is. That's when Hearts of Gold podcast, and we try to lean into hence the little the segments that we do. It is part of our. It's part of our history. It is. It's a little kitschy, but it's fun. And so we're leaning into it, reclaiming it, restaking it, all of those things. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. So the next segment I like to talk about is the hidden gem. Okay. So this is one, is there anything in this area that not enough people know about, that you wanted to highlight? And it could be Oroville, it could be Chico, broader Butte County area, just this region.
The waterways here, I couldn't imagine living somewhere where water isn't just close by, steps away. I mean, so that's one of the things that I keep coming back to. We like to recreate on it as much as possible. Not enough, I can tell you that. But I love being, we live downtown as well as work downtown as well. So we're literally steps from the Feather River, and it is just one of those de-stressing things. If we're having a tough day, and we've worked hard and we just need a little de-stressing, just a quick walk to the river and go down the bicycle path, and it's like. Take a deep breath and look at it and go, oh my gosh, we're so lucky to live here.
Yes. People pay for those apps to have on their phones. Yeah. They listen to water, and you can just walk outside your door and go and listen to it. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I would agree. There's so much. So, we don't get out on the water. We don't get outside enough.
I know.
Just to be near water.
Right.
But I love that. I love that so much. So I always like to ask people, if you had a business nugget, like something to share with the audience, and you have a couple different things that you could share. Just if you wanted to share kind of a bit of an elevator pitch, if you would, kind of a quick summary of what you do. This could be related to photography business. This could be related to anything with maybe the Oroville Lights Project. It could be a combination of the two. What would be your elevator pitch if we were to meet out by the river and you were to share that?
That's a good one. I would start, people always say, well, what do you do? So that's an easy place to start. I'm a professional photographer, and we specialize in youth and sports photography. And so, and that's, what we've kind of evolved into. Yeah. But we've really, where Monique and I are both at a point in time of our career where we want to give back to our community. And so that's where I think that right now, where we're kind of the most passionate. And that's why my involvement in Rotary and the Masonic Lodge and Downtown Business Association and the Lights Project. And that's one of the things. I'm a very visual person, and being a photographer, light means a lot to me.
Yes. And, that's so good.
Yeah. So that's how we got started in the project, was bringing this idea to the Rotary Club of Oroville. We had our centennial year and a half ago. And so this is our centennial project.
And what's centennial like?
100 years of Rotary in Oroville.
Okay. Wow, that's a long time.
2024 was 100 years.
Wow.
So,
okay.
yeah, it's a long time. We have a great legacy. I mean, if you walk around town, you'll see the Rotary wheel in various areas on plaques of different projects that we've done over those 100 years.
Yeah.
So once this gets finished, it'll be kind of like the crowning jewel of our projects that we've done for Rotary. It's a community project. Rotary is kind of like the tip of the spear when it comes to to spearheading this, but it's definitely a community-wide project, and there's been such great involvement thus far. It's been really, really exciting to have the community behind this project.
Yeah, I remember I was there. I think I was there at the kickoff party
remember, yes.
on the bridge. You had all of these hors d'oeuvres. All of the local businesses had given or sponsored or whatever, like served hors d'oeuvres on the bridge to get for you to really cast the vision of what this was going to look like, and it was so powerful, I think, to have everybody there. And what got me was that you presented the opportunity that you could sponsor a light in honor of a loved one. And that for me was my sister. And so I wanted to be part of something like that, to be able to drive by and know that I contributed in that way and make her light shine, right? I know all the cheesy
we can go all day long.
We will
with these.
do it, but I really loved that concept, and it got me. So I don't know. What do you have other things are there other people that have shared what got them to kind of say yes to the project and donate? Is there anything in particular that sticks out?
One of the things that I think was pretty pivotal in the project, it started off as an idea. And I wasn't the only one to have the idea. It's not original. So Stu Shaner, who everybody knows Stu for the Veterans Memorial Park.
Oh, okay.
In that very same neighborhood.
Okay.
He was the catalyst for that project. He was the one who really pushed it forward. So his name is all over that. So he at that time had the vision for lighting the bridge back then. I talked to Lori Pierce, who is very involved with Butte County Historical Society. And when I proposed the idea to her, she goes, "Well, you know that it was lit back in the early 1900s, right?" I'm like, "You're serious? Really?" And so anyway, we started digging into the history of it. Yeah, there was 4 years. It was called the Oroville Water Carnival. And they strung lights along the edge of the Feather River across the bridge, and had pyrotechnics and red flame and these floats that would come down the river that were all lit up.
Yes.
So it was just, for the time, it was pretty impressive. And it was one of the biggest festivals north of San Francisco for those 4 years that it took place.
Was that at the same, what time, what year was that? Do we know?
19, I think it was 9, 10, 11, and 13 were the,
Because I need to put some history together. James is much better at all of chronologically, in all of the history things. But and I'm thinking of with the river, there was this, was it the citrus colony? Was that about the same time?
The Oroville Citrus Festival, I think it was. I might be a little off on the name, but that's what.
Was that around the same?
Yeah, it was. It was growing about the same time.
Okay.
And so I don't know if this is historically accurate, but I think I remember reading something about the city fathers just kind of decided, let's go in this direction, because citrus was such a big agricultural crop for our community.
Yes, citrus, olives.
Yeah.
Figs. I don't know. We got a lot of fig trees.
Yeah, we are mostly wild, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of them were on purpose, but we have figs.
No, right. And they kind of are like weeds. I feel like fig trees.
Yeah.
But no, love that.
And they taste amazingly like fig Newtons. The only time I had a fig was a fig Newton. I tasted a fig one day. I go, wow, these taste like a cookie.
I love it. I love that so much. Oh my gosh. No, that's so great. So I love that. There's the real history with the lights, and almost revitalizing and trying to get that kind of back into our community again. I think so much of our we just don't know enough about our history, about our local history, that's so rich and all of that.
Yeah,
so,
there's a lot to learn. And this has been a wonderful experience for me. I not only got a chance to learn about the Water Carnival and, the things that took place there, but I also got an opportunity to learn more about the Table Mountain Bridge.
Yeah.
It itself has been through several iterations in history. It started off as just, a river crossing, the simple river crossing by, what do they call it? As You might have to edit this one out,
by
James.
a raft?
Raft.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something?
Ferry.
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 Oh,
yes,
okay.
that's called. Yes,
a
thank you.
floating, something
Yep,
that floats.
A ferry across. Matter of fact, so just across from the bridge, on the other side of the
Okay.
roundabout is Old Ferry Road.
Oh,
and that goes
I
down
didn't know
to the bathhouse.
Yeah.
And then the nature center. And
That's so cool.
that's where the ferry crossing was. So
Yes.
that's how people originally navigated the mighty Feather River.
Wow.
And then they built the bridge, and it was a covered bridge originally.
Okay.
And then I think 2 or 3 times portions of the bridge would be destroyed by flood, and then they would have to rebuild it. And so the current iteration of the pedestrian side, the green bridge that everybody knows and can recognize, was rebuilt in 1907. So that's the current version.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what's on the sign, right? 1907.
Yep, exactly.
Yes. Okay. I can picture it. No, well, what I love about, and just even just having something like an attraction like that, I think people will drive to see that when it's completed. You know what I mean? Like, we just recently we got back from an international trip, and that just these smaller communities within a bigger city had these amazing fixtures that people would just go to. They would just go to, they're there, and they were like displays of art that people could go and enjoy. And that's kind of what I'm imagining. I mean, for me, that I would see is like, oh my gosh, look at the lights.
Yeah.
Like, they're up there.
It should just be another good reason for people to come to Oroville.
Yes.
And I think it's a great tie-in with our community and downtown specifically.
Yeah.
I can envision families coming down and going to dinner, maybe grabbing an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
And as dusk sets in, walk up to the levee or the Veterans Memorial Park and watch the lights come alive. And,
Yes.
So it's like I say, just another reason to visit Oroville and
Yeah.
downtown.
Yeah, I'm even thinking, like you said, watching the lights come alive. I have these solar lights we have them in our backyard. And I mean, they're just little solar lights that are, the perimeter of the yard. And I get really excited when the sun goes down because they start to, like, one will come up here and one will come up here and one will go. And that's just my little yard, so I'm just trying to imagine having the bridge come to life at night.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I kind of envisioned for is not just, we flip a switch and it comes on.
Yeah.
But that it starts to twinkle, different areas kind of light up. And then, as it gets darker, we have a fully lit bridge.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it's grown. The project has really grown because we started off with, looking at, we wanted the design to be historically accurate, to have
Love that.
nod back to its origins.
I'll bet the Historical Society is very appreciative.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we certainly appreciate their help and resources.
Yeah,
and all this.
yeah.
But yeah, so we'll put some white lights on. Well, we're going to put LEDs on. Oh, did you know the LEDs can be any color we want? Oh, cool.
Oh,
let's
yeah.
do that. We can have different holidays with different colors, and
so
and then
cool.
you can control those too, and you can make light shows, and you can have
Yes.
light performances on the bridge. I'm like, yes, we need to do this.
Yes.
And we had, so I looked around the country and looked for resources to find out where this has already been done. There was a couple resources that we tapped into early on. One was the only other Rotary initiative that I have been able to find in the country was in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Oh,
And so they have the Phoenix pedestrian bridge there.
Okay.
And so they put lights on their bridge there.
Their walk bridge,
Great
yeah.
impact on their community. And then we looked to a larger project, which was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
And that is lightthehone.com.
Okay.
And so they had a community-led initiative to put lights on their bridge as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we've been over the years in contact with them. They've been a great resource for us in building this project. So we didn't have to completely reimagine the wheel.
Yeah.
But we've kind of made it our own. But it was nice to have those resources in hand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And so someone that's already done it, that can that's gone ahead and that can lead the way. I love that so much. I could spend even more time talking about this, but just because I'm so excited, I'm very excited to have it, as I'm sure you are too, like to see it come to life.
Yeah.
But I do like to go a little bit deeper. And so
Okay.
this next segment is called Mining the Heart. We just like to ask, and you can go as deep as you want, but we like to ask, what got you into this work? I know you said you and Monique are now in the space and time in your life when you're wanting to give back to the community. What gets you up in the morning? What kind of keeps you going and giving?
I think it truly is just about giving back and contributing, whether that be through, creating an image that, of a kindergartner that mom's going to have on her mantle or on the wall for, forever. Or, being a part of other people or a group or a cause that is making an impact in the place that I've come to love.
Yeah.
And that, I feel like Oroville, Monique grew up here, and she knows so many people, and everyone that I've met either through her acquaintances or her family, or our business associates in the community.
Yeah.
I've always felt like home from day one. We just gotta we take care of our home, right?
Yes.
We take care of our family, we take care of our home space, and then we take care of our business. And then when we're when we're able, we give back to the community. And I think there's so many people here in this community that are doing that have done that. I just am glad to be this much of the equation.
No, and again, why you have a heart of gold is the humility is all that's right. Because I'm like, you give this much, I'm like, it's a little bit more than that. Okay. And even going deeper, there's the next segment is called Fool's Gold. And if you would like to share any challenges or I don't really like to use the word regrets because we try not to live with those, or anything that you would have changed or that you're learning as either with this project or even just, as you navigate life and then this season, like, are you coming up with any challenges? I mean, it's great to serve the community. I imagine it's hard at times.
It is. And it's challenging. I think, so probably, I would say when it comes to our business and why we're still here is flat. We just never gave up, and we have been through some ups and downs. We've been through a few through recessions. We've been through the big one, which taught us a lot. We were, of course, a business that was considered non-essential during COVID, which had we not been through the hardships and the economic downfalls of the markets. We probably would not have been able to survive the shutdowns during the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
So we were, I think, 2008, 2009 taught us to really get our house in order, to minimize or eliminate debt wherever possible. Which one of those things, it's one of those things that I wish I would have grasped onto earlier. The importance of being, financially responsible, making sure that you're not overextended. Because when you develop something and it's hard to turn the ship. It's really hard to turn the ship around once you've saddled yourself with debt.
You're just lugging it around.
Exactly. So I think early on, I think having that would have given us probably a better foundation early on in our business. But I'm very thankful for the lessons we've learned and how we've grown over the years. As far as the project goes, the things I've learned is that we really have a community that's willing to step up. That has been really, really wonderful. I've also realized that a project of this scope and magnitude is not a sprint. It is a marathon. I cannot tell you how many hours of sleep I have lost over the last few years about this project. And I think because I tend to be hard on myself. I'm my own worst critic. I'm the one who will, whether I'm looking, reviewing my photographic work or, how a phone call went or how an interaction with a customer went or when I'm talking to a donor, did I say that right?
Yes.
I'm my own worst critic.
Yes.
I would mull things over in my head at night for many times. And I just finally had to tell myself, you know what, it's a marathon. You need to kind of slow down, pace yourself, and really ask for help. And that's where our community has really come together
Yeah.
in the Rotary Club specifically. It's great to have the support of
Yeah.
our we're all one vision. We're all moving in the same direction,
Yeah.
and still doing other things in the community.
Yes.
By the way,
Yes.
it's not just all about the lights. There's projects we've done when we did our centennial. Back in 2024, there was 100 mini projects that we did over a couple of years' time.
Yes.
So little things that we've continued to do. We did the restoration at the Chinese temple. The koi pond was one of Rotary's
I
projects.
didn't know that was.
Yep.
Yes.
So Brian Flicker, he's one of our very, very busy Rotarians. He
Yes.
headed that up, and so the koi pond, the way it is today, is thanks to Rotary.
Wow. Yeah. And I don't know if any of, I haven't actually said this out loud, but yes, I'm part of Rotary too.
Yes, you are.
It's only been, but I joined maybe find me for this. No, just, I joined, I think maybe 2 years ago. Maybe I can't
maybe
remember.
3 at most. Yeah.
But during the centennial, the mini projects is when I got involved, and so it's been really eye opening because it's a lot of people that are doing a lot of things behind the scenes. A lot of them. I mean, the lights is out front. That's the big one that we're doing right now. But it's a lot of people that are consistently doing things. And
that's one thing. I mean, there's areas of service that Rotary and Rotary International subscribe to. Peace being the number one, the fight against polio, clean water and sanitation. We can go on. Mothers and children's health. It goes on and on.
Yes.
But locally, where we can make the most impact, I think, is through the local projects. And with Rotary, if you have a passion, if you have a project, if you have something that you're passionate about, I mean, it's a perfect place to do it.
Yeah.
There's so many things that through Rotary that I've witnessed over the last 12, 13 years of somebody going, hey, we should do this. Great. Let's do that. We've got your back.
Yeah.
And so we've sent past President David Pittman to Liberia for a clean water and sanitation project many years ago.
I heard about that trip.
He'll tell you all about it. And that was just him coming into his year as president. What's of importance? And someone said, we haven't had an international project in a while, so he picked up the ball and ran with it.
Love that.
So it's a great place to let your ideas and your passions grow.
Yeah, I love that. I want to back up for a minute because you said something about I'm my own worst critic, and I think James and I are both. I've said this before on the podcast, but James and I are both oldest children, and we have an oldest child. And one of the things that I do is probably even after like an interview like this, like I'll go and I'll sit and I'll be like, oh, I said that thing. Oh, I should ask this thing. Oh, what did I do? Like I do that with everything in my life.
I completely relate.
So you were saying, about phone calls. I'm like, oh yeah, I do that. Like I have to take a minute after a phone call and I just go and I'm like, okay, we gotta reset here.
It's that perfectionist in your mind.
Yes. Where do you fall? I didn't ask that. Where do you fall in the lineup?
I'm an oldest.
You're an oldest too.
I'm an oldest of 2.
We can sniff them out.
Yep.
I tell you, we can smell them. So, okay. All right. That makes me, I just want to back up because I think there's something to an oldest child that, sometimes we over critique.
Yeah.
And it's not, sometimes it's good to get going. That's why I'm just like, I love that you took the lights and ran with it. Even though it was just, I'm sure when you got more into it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is like way more than.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason we don't have, the cognitive, premonitions or a crystal ball.
Right.
Because if we really knew the total scope of this, we probably wouldn't get into a lot of what we get into over our lifetime. But the payoff is going to be having that bridge turned on. And, like I say, it's a marathon, and we're getting really close. We should have our last shipment of LED nodes, hopefully on a ship or in the air by the end of the month. And so that will, once we have that in hand, we can really start putting things together. And we still have a bit of a funding gap that we need to close to finish out the project. So we're that's slowly inching down. We've had a really good. A lot of good, exciting progress these last few weeks. Some big donors that have stepped up or have stepped up again.
Yes.
We have a few donors that have done generous donations multiple times.
I love that.
So that's helpful.
Yeah. Well, and then you kind of revamped the website and made it easier.
Got a brand
for
new
people.
website online, OrovilleLights.com.
Yep.
It's much more interactive, and our dedications, our personal dedications, are going online. So you can go on there. You can read about some of the individuals that are, see their photographs, see what their family says about them, and a feature where you can click on it and see where the light is located on the bridge.
That's so cool. I love that stuff. I'm all about like, oh, click this and that thing. Like I love that. I just think that's a really. Whoever thought about that, getting that on there, that was
the value of tying into some of these other projects early on. So
Yes.
that was one of the features we found. So we have got to do that. We got to incorporate that into our design.
I love that. Oh, well, thank you for sharing a bit of the Fool's Gold.
Mm-hmm.
The next segment is an ad break. We have a podcast. How exciting is this? And with that podcast, we are making it available for there to be ads on this podcast. A lot of podcasts do ads, but sometimes they're, bigger box stores. And this podcast is a localized podcast. And so what we would love to do is make this an opportunity for small businesses and organizations to get the word out about your business, about your organization. So if you're interested in some ad space, head to heartsofgoldmedia.com, fill out the little form that we got there, make an inquiry, or you can DM us on heartsofgold.media on Instagram, and we'll make it happen. Maybe you want to share about an event coming up. We can read that ad out on here. Maybe you want to wish someone a happy birthday. I mean, there's so many possibilities that you could do with this ad space that's available. So send us a message. Can't wait to see ya. And we're back, and we are ready for the Gold Rush round. This round is a rapid fire round. So I'm going to read off a list of things.
Okay.
And you tell me, no, let me start that over. Sorry. Yes. All right. And we're back, and we are ready for the Gold Rush round, which this is a round, it's a rapid fire question. So I'm basically going to ask you the best. I'm going to say, what is the best blank?
Okay.
And first thing that comes to your mind. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to do this.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Don't think about it.
Okay.
Don't think too hard.
All right.
All right? Best coffee.
My coffee at home. My wife makes it every morning.
Oh, did you hear that? Monique. I mean, he said it here. Okay. Best burger.
Boss Burger.
Best hiking spot.
Oh, does it have to be Butte County?
No.
Okay. I love Plumas County. I love Plumas Eureka State Park. That's where we do most of our
Of your hiking?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Best local event.
Salmon Festival.
Okay. Hey, that's
Coming
coming
up.
up. Well, I don't know when this will air. If you did, then you went. We'll have to cut. Salmon Festival. You've heard it here. Okay. Best camping spot.
I would go back to Plumas County.
Okay.
Yeah. Plumas Eureka State Park. That's my favorite place to go.
I love that. Best sunset spot.
I think the After Bay is beautiful.
It is out there.
It's some amazing skies that accompany the sunsets out there.
Yes. Best live music venue.
I have to say Union.
Okay. Best museum.
I am rather fond of the Pioneer Museum.
Okay. We got a lot of old stuff in there, a lot of tools, a lot of all that stuff. Best bookstore.
I mean, besides online, we love the Bookworm downtown.
Yes.
We love the Bookworm,
Okay.
and that's one of our go-tos.
Yes. You can still smell the books when you walk
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
You can't replace that.
Ron's a great guy.
Yes. Best grocery store.
I like Grocery Outlet.
Locally owned and operated.
Yep, exactly.
Yes.
We like
do.
we like to, whenever possible, to support local business.
Okay. I love that. Best place to take visitors.
Downtown. I love taking them to Lot Home and St. Park down there. That's a great place to go, just to just walk downtown and let people experience that.
Love that.
Yeah.
Giants or A's?
Well, since the A's just moved, it would have to be Giants.
Okay. I know. They're getting a lot of
I know,
minus
yeah.
points because of that. Best sports team.
Best sports team. I follow the 49ers.
Okay.
So,
All right. Let's go for it.
I'm a Bay Area boy, so that's where
That makes
that's where
sense.
it
Hey,
roots
James
from.
has his 49ers hat on right now.
Yeah, you got it.
For the most injured team in NFL,
All right.
We'll take
and
it. We'll take it.
Probably the most controversial. Best Mexican food.
Wow. There's only a couple in town, right?
Could be any. It could be any.
You know,
What's he gonna say?
it used to be Papacitos. That
Okay.
used to be my go-to. I do miss Papacitos.
Okay. I was a Francisco's person.
Yes.
See,
I'd forgotten
there's
about
no
Francisco's.
more.
Yeah. That
So
was
those are
good,
gone.
good, authentic Mexican food. I did like that. But I love Mexican food. So
Yeah.
everyone I've been to has a little something different.
That is true. You go to the places for the different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll take it. We'll
Okay,
take it.
okay.
Awesome. Well, okay. So your golden nugget of wisdom. This is your best piece of advice that you could leave for our audience, for our viewers, which are mostly, I'm assuming, local people. If you wanted to leave them with a bit of advice, it could be business, it could be life. What would you say?
Lead with your passion.
Ooh.
I think lead with your passion. It's been one of those things where, I was passionate about photography. I started in high school. It was on my yearbook. And so it was one of those things.
I love that.
So I followed that. And it turned into some amazing things, not the least of which the number one thing it led me to was my wife.
Oh,
So, and we share that passion together. So it's beautiful. My passion for Oroville,
Yes.
for this light project.
Yeah.
So if you can dream it, you can make it happen.
I love we love all of the cliches and the sayings and the cheesy things on this. I
could
love
be
it
full
so
of
much.
cheesy things for sure.
I love it so much. And so, okay, last thing, we're gonna have you claim your gold. So make your stake in the ground. How do people reach you? Promote your thing. I know we've been talking about Oroville Lights, but you're involved in so many other things too. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
So, as far as the project goes with Oroville Lights, you can visit orvillelights.com.
Okay.
You can, my email is my first initial, gurr.rotary@gmail.com.
Okay.
All things Rotary, or anything to do with the Light Project, I can be
Yes.
reached there. We are on Facebook. I'm kind of a narrow guy when it comes to social media. So we're on Facebook with Creative Imaging, myself personally,
Yes.
with the Light Project.
Yeah.
So people can check in with us there.
Okay. All right. And then what are you most excited about coming up? I didn't ask you. You didn't know this question was coming.
No, I didn't. That's okay. What am I most excited about coming up?
Yeah.
I would have to say having this light project done by the end of the year. That's what I'm really kind of we're focusing on right now.
Okay.
Is to be able to turn the lights on the bridge by the end of the year. So, that would be just
you hear that?
a fantastic wrap up to almost going on 3 years of working on this project.
Okay.
And so wrapping up this year was something that I'm looking forward to.
Okay. I love that. You heard it. You heard it here. Go to orvillelights.com.
Yep.
To check out what they're doing there, everything that's on there, and you can even contribute.
Yeah, buy a light and dedicate it to a loved one. Every light on the bridge gets us one step closer to having lights on.
Yes, it takes a village, takes a community, takes a town. So awesome. Dean, thank you so much for being on the
welcome,
Hearts
Erin.
of Gold podcast.
Thank you.
I'm just honored to have you here, and thanks for taking time out of your day.
It's an honor to be here, and it's always a joy. Both you and James also do so much for our community that I want to thank you for everything that you guys do.
Cut this out. No, I don't want any.
It takes a village.
Sorry, I interrupted.
Thanks for being part of the village.
You kind of complimenting us.
That's okay.
I didn't want you to, but then I kind of do.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. We'll take it because it's deserved.
Well, you definitely have a heart of gold.
Thank you, Erin.
Thank you for being here on the Hearts of Gold podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Yay!
Just really a heart of gold.
She's tough, but she has a heart of gold.
I'm a problem solver and I have a heart of gold. Thank you, James.
Hang on, pause. Sorry, I messed up
the
already.
Edit part.
Done many.
Rotary can be that
Yeah.
way we get there.
My phone? Turn it off. Okay, we'll pause. How you doing?
Good.
Okay, good. I was like, the air turned off there for a minute. I was feeling it. Did you feel it get warm,
I'm
James?
freezing, so.
Oh my gosh. I know, exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.